Welcome back to Clash of Clans, everybody! Today, I decided to show you how I did in Clan War League. Unfortunately, I was too nervous and, self-conscious, kind of. Realistically, it was more of a... I was worried I'd throw the attack if I tried recording these live, so I'm just going to record all 7 war attacks in this one video. And some of them went pretty well, some of them went almost well. One of them went really not so great. So let's just get started. We're gonna go for this very first attack on this kind of diamond kind of ring base. And because of this amazing zap value, I decided to use the really powerful attack strategy of, Electro Titans with more electricity. Because, nothing beats even more electricity than even more electricity. Yeah, so I'm funneling with the Warden. He's doing his thing. He has the Lassie, and I did boost my my pets so that Lassie is max level just to give it a try. Because Clan War League is the only time we're ever going to use these, boost potions anyway. Because, I usually end up maxing my stuff before I have a chance to use them after a brand new Town Hall comes out, so yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the attack. Sniped the Headhunter, which was really nice, so we didn't have to deal with that. There was an Electro Titan, which was a little annoying, and I dropped my King over here, and I did zap everything there, including the Arch Queen. Yeah, so the plan was to funnel into here, get the Wall Wrecker thing. Well, not Wall Wrecker, Log Launcher to fire through this section. Trigger the Invis Tower in advance so that the Yetis in there would go take down the Town Hall to ensure that I got the 2-star, and, the Titans were going to go into, this section and then just kind of make their way through this. I ended up dropping a bunch of Titans here because there was a Witch and a Titan, and I didn't want the Titan getting too close and targeting my healers. So, I'm going to end up with Titans going in this way, but it's not the end of the world. As you'll see, I should have probably dropped the Ice Golem a little sooner, but it's in there now. We're just going to fast forward a bit so we don't waste too long. Kind of self-explanatory how we get into the base here. I use the King ability. He just gets angry and runs into the base. And, yeah, then we have the World Champion coming in here because my Titans walked with the healers, and I was like, oh no. What do I do now? And a Log Launcher going for the Town Hall along with that Ice Golem, so the Town Hall absolutely went down. Queen actually is going to be a, absolute legend and not get exploded by the Giga Poison. Well, Giga Bomb and Giga Poison. She'll, kind of walk into it a bit, but not, immediately die in it, which is pretty much the only reason we actually got a 3-star. I got a little bit of cleanup troops because all my healers are still in one Titan. But up here, we have the Arch Queen with the Unicorn doing absolute work. And the Champion's going to just finish off this section. Thankfully, my Queen... I did swag this free spell, completely. Because if I had frozen, after I used the Queen ability, I would have been able to freeze the Warden afterwards anyway. But yeah, instead... yeah, let's just say the Archers thankfully tanked long enough for my Queen to take down the Warden's statue. She's going to go down because the, Unicorn died, but Champion's strong enough to finish off the base, put it on 4 times, Titan and Champion and Warden and all the Wizards and other things easily clean up the base. And with that, we'll move on to the second replay. Alright everybody, we're on to our second attack. This is actually on Itsu's base, which ironically I was running in this Clan War League. I was running this one. I did end up trapping it eventually after realizing why I should have trapped it earlier on in the week. But anyway, it's not very search proof. That's kind of its downfall, which is really funny that out of everything they didn't trap it against search. There's no giant bombs in this section at all in the base version anyway. I'm sure most people put traps there now because, they got hit with Sarge the entire week. But even with hitting it with Sarge, you still can't really 3-star it. So it's a really strong base. At least I didn't find a way to 3-star. So I was using, dragons here. And obviously I just told you I didn't end up 3-starring in the end. I got pretty close, but it's going to come down to this opening section, which is going to be the reason I don't. So I've sniped 1, 2 air defenses. And I kind of sniped this last one. So I have 3 out of 4, I have 3 out of 4 air defenses down, if you don't count the other stuff that's technically can kill as if... I can't speak. Can kill better, if not, way better than an actual air defense. Yeah, so, the Raged Up Monolith Queen Champion. Anyway, yeah, Sarch goes in here. Here's the problem. I cloned a little too far, thinking I was worried, so I cloned a little bit closer to this side. And that means because there's an elixir storage there, they cloned into the Town Hall a bit more. If I cloned more this direction... I probably would have gotten the monolith down, which is going to be the reason we do not 3-star. The monolith will stay up, so Sarch does that. I'm now going to basically just... Yeah, where did I... It's down here, I think. Yeah, dropped all the dragons in. And they would have cleaned this base, but the monolith is still up, and because of that, yeah, let's just say that the monolith kills kills one of my dragon riders. That one dragon rider probably would have gotten a little more value too. Heroes are up here; they're not getting the best value. The unicorn unfortunately goes down really early, but yeah, let's just say that the eagle didn't go down like forever. So yeah, we're just gonna end up leaving this middle section and for the rest of the base, and it's going to end with a 96, which is not great, but it's also not the end of the world. It's not a bad Clan War League attack. So we'll take that, and with that, we'll go on to our third one. All right, everybody, this is base number 3. So it's an interesting one. This is like a variation of the common box, well, ring base. That's like 4 box compartments around the middle section. That's all of the pros were using, which is the literal worst base I've ever seen. And the fact that like 16 different pro teams all were using it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was such a terrible base design because it has this exact core. The only difference is it doesn't have this like ring. They literally just got rid of this ring, made these, and like put a connection like there, I think. Yeah, so it was so easy to get super bowlers into the middle. Mine would have been like that, but I brought a log launcher, and instead of, you know, the flame flinger, so I wasted a bunch of housing space on 2 giants, and I have 1 wizard that was supposed to be used for cleanup. And because I had to use my wizard early, trying to funnel, I was like, oh no, how am I going to funnel? Because I was supposed to funnel this section down with, you know, the giant and, well, not wall wrecker, but sorry, flame flinger. I can't even, like, remember the name of these things anymore. There's too many of them. Yeah, so flame flinger is supposed to get these and, like, have an archer pick off, like, the 2 buildings there so that our heroes and stuff would go into here. Would have used 2 wall breakers, one there, and then the third one there, and they would have gotten into this section. And, you know, I might have had a problem, but I have a jump spell, so I would have been able to get into the middle. And yeah, I would have jumped into the middle, and then we'd been fine. Instead, I can jump out of the middle, but there's no point if you, like, didn't need to. Like, the Flame Flinger would have done all this, and instead the King has to go do it, which is why he's not going to get as much value as I was hoping for. Yeah, so the King could have been in here, tanking for the Super Bowlers and stuff. Instead, he's way over there. We do pop the Lava Hound, and thankfully the World Champion was only going to get attacked by 1 pop, but, like, this is really annoying. I don't have cleanup. I need more cleanup troops. I need more cleanup troops. Please. Game, I need more cleanup troops. I have a minute left. I should have saved these balloons. If I had saved even 1 balloon too, it would have probably been similar, but I was worried I wouldn't get the 3-star if I saved the balloon. Which, you know, might have been a thing, but yeah. We just barely get through, and then we time failed. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, so with that, I'll go to the next one, because yeah, that was not fun to watch. That was not the ending I was hoping for anyway. It was a really miserable ending to an attack that could have easily 3 that base. Okay, and after that one, this is the attack. You might have seen it already in one. I'm showing the whole attack in this. I didn't show it in... This is the attack that is the biggest BS I have ever seen in this game. So I didn't even have to ward and blimp this because the Town Hall was so close to the edge. I had the Tornado Trap, which usually would have been a problem, but I don't care in this case because there's no traps near it. Yeah, so I have Super Bowlers in here, which is kind of interesting, and Super Wizards, and they get a fair amount of value. Like, look at all that value they actually got. And then my Warden threw my attack, so I don't know if this was going to 3-star or not. It doesn't, obviously, in the end, because the Warden does his thing. But, you know, at least we didn't 1-star. I didn't actually, you know, get a 1-star, thankfully, this war week. I did come close, though. We will get to that one, though. First Wallbreaker kind of whiffed. He got hit by the Eagle Artillery, even though he dodged the scatter. And here we go. Here's the absolute BS of everything in the game. So I dropped in the champion a little early. I should have waited for the king to come further down, because if the king came down here, I could have dropped the champion onto these. And then the king would have, like, tanked a bit better. And Dude, how did you get over here and why? Like, why are you over here? There's no explanation for him just going over there. Even the, like, little tiny warden, the mini warden came back. This buffoon is just throwing the attack in every way he possibly could come up with. And that is why we just liquefy in this section. I'm like, why is my warden ability not doing anything? Oh, I popped it up there, that's why. So this attack obviously doesn't go anywhere when I have nothing to, save through like this raged up monster core. I was like, oh yeah, the warden ability will cover that, no problem. No, warden's over here chilling doing absolute nothing. So this attack obviously did not 3-star or even really get close. This is probably my second worst attack in the entire week. Alright everybody, we're into our next attack. This one, I decided I was going to use the Super Boulder Blimp again and try and redeem myself because it went really well with the actual blimp portion. And in this case, I had some awesome things happen. So we got the Warden over there, right? On ground, because I don't want him to hit Seek and Air Mine. So the Warden, because they took it the single, doesn't even die. He gets to make he comes all the way to the core, and look, that double bowler bounce or triple bowler bounce or whatever instant killed that Eagle Artillery. And look, the Monolith on low HP. It's gonna die to a Super Wizard, but the Warden snipes it before the Super Wizard even has a chance. Look at this core, it's completely gone. Absolutely destroyed. The Super Bowlers even pick the best possible wall to like break through because the Warden snipes the Archer Queen. Super Wizards, on the other hand, just gonna kind of disappear. But look at this. So we're kind of hoping this like Titan goes down, but the Super Bowlers, unfortunately, are too powerful, and they just didn't die. So now this Titan is just going the wrong way and taking all my healers with it, which is really bad news. But we have a sizable force, and this is the clutch. This is the only reason we actually did get a 3-star. As you notice, I haven't deployed my Royal Champion. I'm waiting so I can deploy her into this middle because I have a feeling that if she can get this Expo down and the Scouter down before the single targets her, if I dropped her into this section, there's a chance she'll go for this before the Expo. And if that happens, there's a chance we actually can 3-star. And that's what I do. So Royal Champion runs in, gets the bomb tower, gets the Builder Hut, then goes for the Expo. The Expo is basically already dead because the Archer Queen's assisting. I use the ability early because if there's a skeleton trap, then there's no chance that this thing would go down if I, waited because, it's already half heated up. Like, look at her HP just disappearing. And she gets it because Diggy stuns at the last second. And look at her HP. I used her ability early just so she would get it. Now, the Queen can pick off everything else because this is the only other thing that's in range. And because I have heroes, even with the max, high HP buildings over here, nothing's gonna matter. And we just barely have enough time, too. We're down to the, wire there on time, but look at that. That's another 3-star, so let's move on to the next one. Alright everybody, we got our next attack here. This is the one I end up unfortunately getting baited in. So, the plan was good. It was a good plan. Unfortunately, the bait was even better, and it was an ingenious plan by this guy to way he baited me. Yeah, I didn't panic drop enough spells. So my plan was great. I was going to do this and drop an invisibility spell and a rage spell. The tornado trap, if I was on this side, I would have gotten it because they would have been spun into the town hall. Unfortunately, they were spun away from the town hall. Seriously, this is a thing. If you are ever doing an attack and you're worried about the tornado, don't do what I did. Remember something: the direction the tornado spell, spins your troops doesn't change based off the orientation of the map. So it would have been better to attack from this side, regardless of anything else. And I didn't remember this key important detail, which is that if you would have dropped it this way, there's a chance that, the blimp might have been spun around in the middle, but the Yetis could also have been spun into the town hall if you had dropped it, right here. Which would have been perfect. But I didn't do that, and because of that, yeah, let's just get back to the actual attack. So I'm now desperately trying to recover, and the recovery was a panic attack because, unlike us who are spectating right now and thinking, oh, well, if I drop this here and that there, I could do this instead. I'm in the mode of, I need that to die. I need the town hall now. A 1-star is not happening today. I can't afford a 1-star in this war. We're barely, staying in the league as is. We actually fall out of the league because of missed attacks, not because of, lack of stars, which is really sad to say, considering we shouldn't have even had that problem in the first place either, but we did. Yeah, so I have all the healers over here. The biggest problem I did is I didn't get the king to go over there. The king went into here. Yeah, let's just say that if I had this wall breaker break the king, like, into this section, like, right here, and he went for the enemy king and threw into there with the world champion, instead of throwing the world champion, like, right here, I probably could have gotten, like, a 90%. Or, like, because the queen literally has nothing in her way to get the town hall. Like, there's nothing. We already triggered all the traps, remember? So I didn't need that royal champion to go there. This ice golem's completely wasted, too. And, like, I could have got the eagle down. Instead, we barely get the town hall, barely get above, like, 60%. And then we just, you know, die off. So, obviously, that was my worst attack in the entire week. Let's go on to maybe a slightly better attack. Alright, everybody, this is an obvious base. You've definitely seen it before. So, this attack is going to be pretty simple. We're going to blimp the town hall the same way I planned to do in the previous attack. This time I'm going to invest a freeze early and a rage immediately, and then an invis as well, which is a lot of spell investment, but we get the town hall down, which is the most important aspect of this whole attack. And then we also get a little bit of extra value too. Not as much as we probably could have if the poison tower didn't go off immediately. And now we got the warden up here. Let's speed through this. And to there. Alright, so we got our super bowlers. We have 4 super bowlers in this. We're unfortunately going to end up with 3 immediately because the ice golem was slow. But yeah, watch this poor super bowler just get obliterated. That's 1 down. So we had 3. If we had like 4, and I didn't waste my wall breaker immediately, so I shouldn't have broken open both of these. I should have just let the super bowlers do what they did. Unfortunately, I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, long story short, if I had broken in here and thrown the king over here, we probably would have had an easier time with his attack. With that, we'd have warden ability into here, throw in my rage spell, which is just going to tear through this entire section. And yeah, so the ice golems are out in front, which means they should have been the ones dying, but somehow they just never die. Because, like, I have healers. Anyway, the world champion should have had the king to tank, which means this backhand wouldn't have been that big of a deal, because she wouldn't have had to use her ability through this junk. Instead, she's going to have to use her ability through the junk, so if we just fast forward, it's going to actually come down to the wire here. We have a huge army of troops, but my queen's going to go throw. And now I have my ice golems also go and throw. Yeah, ice golems going to throw. They kind of stun up this multi a little bit, which is nice. But, like, yeah, they stunned it a little again, but, like, thankfully the king broke through here. If he didn't break through here, we probably wouldn't have won. And yes, we do. We finish on a high note, thankfully. Just barely. This one super bowler is going to come in and do, like, 1 rock throw on, like, that. Yep. And this king, who's, like, barely on it. Look at this. This is the most clutch ending to an attack ever. I literally had no time because the super bowler got stuck. It would have died to this before throwing a rock anyway. This one died, meaning I literally have the Phoenix and a super low HP Titan. And this Titan pounds along, and it's got so much HP, and the Phoenix has so much HP that we barely get this with, like, 4 seconds or something left. And that is the end of my not-so-fantastic Clan War League week. Yeah, we got demoted in the end. Let's just say missed attacks and failed attacks were a big problem this week, and hopefully they'll be fixed in our clan for next Clan War League. But with that said, everybody, if you did enjoy this style of video and you want to see more like it in the near future, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. And if you like this video in particular, you can hit a like on the video. It's, like I said, greatly appreciated. I like all the support's much appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.